Oke guys, kita masuk ke game terakhir antara Bigetron lawan Eko. Ini match pertama BO3. Oke, langsung aja kita masuk ke game.
What Echo is fielding up against this lineup. Sure, there is a Khalid, but as always, you gotta talk about how you stop that quick sand guard.
Oh, Moreno main, kayaknya nggak main. Ini, Yawi main. Ih, Yawi Mino. Khalid. Sorizo pakai Khalid guys. Sia. Oke, tank lawan tank ya, hypernya. Objektifnya sama-sama enak nih, tapi mobilitasnya masih lebih bagus. Ini Baxia guys.
Sublime clearing. Meanwhile, up top, Sorizo already doing his thing on
Angela Rom ya.
Bullying Stanford, and even Sanji taking
Bocor tuh.
Now though, it's gonna be the return from Stanford over to Super
Wah,
who's forced to flicker out.
And Yawi coming in, maybe 2 seconds too late. If there was a little extra oomph in there, they definitely would have forced the issue up against Supervin. So yeah, this is a great start for Echo, up by about 200, 300. But wait, how about down here? Oh, Zaida hits level 4 first.
Banget ya.
For the clearing speed. This is what the box is picked for, right? Just that clear speed, man, and that rotation speed. He can dictate what happens on the map. Meanwhile, Yawi here already punishing Vin. No flicker. This should be first blood as Sanford jumps forward. Echo.
Tuh, lihat kalinya sakit banget.
Just doesn't quite have his ult just yet. So these big engagements, best believe, folks, it will hit a power spike when he does. At the emblems, yeah, this is as usual and as basic as it gets. Nothing quite out of the ordinary. Again, the fact that we're looking at a Khalid here in 2023.
Cloudnya nih Cloud Brave Smith, beda sama Cloudnya siapa?
Feels like a Diablo game, right?
With
the Khalid
Quantum
just missing
Charge
it, maybe in game number 2. But right now, Sorizo's doing a good job at Sony's side away, taking him to half HP. Good rhythm coming down. Sorizo might be in a bit of trouble here. Supercan resets the turtle.
Terlalu tebel
Take this risk
Khalid
just
early
now.
game.
No mid control.
Huge presence from Echo here. It's a 4-man pursuit. They're trying to get this. Sanford dives to the back.
Sorizonya.
Storm on the back line. Moreno falling through. Supercan finds the retribution on the turtle. And just like that,
Yawinya nggak bisa pulang.
3 members of Bigatron Alpha takes him out.
They've deserted Yawi. It was a good engage. It looked good. They could have gone with the trampoline. Zaida in trouble.
Double kill for Sorizo. The real world inflation
datang.
them now.
Super Ken sekarang.
Still able to find
Ini
the
meledak. Wah, Ken enggak. Sanjinya.
He goes for a triple.
Sorizo.
Ya itulah Khalid guys, Khalid early.
Mirgo's dancing, man, and it's not Takaldag, not quite yet.
Muter-muter skill satunya.
And Echo are making up for some lost time on the map. They take Little Wanderer.
Kalau udah lawan Beatrix ya
and they're given outplayed here as much on the map as possible. So we're waiting for these gold ladders to come in and play. We haven't really talked about outplayed and Sakin much. And again, you'll see the trademark Brave Smite on a Claude. Again, it's all in the name of sustainability.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very good emblem to take for Sakin. Understanding that Beatrix can actually have a pretty good say as to what's to come later on as well in these skirmishes. We saw in the previous series, Super Marco was able to utilize this Beatrix to completely, I would say, take control of CW on the Claude, who was using the Quantum Charge. You can get out, but these basic attacks, you can't dodge away from them, so you might as well just try to sustain from them.
Yep, and again, the killer instinct in Sorizo. It's either killer instinct or just the eagerness to look for a fight. Oh, down bottom. Sakin spends something to do to help clear. Now Zaida meets up with Supercan and Sorizo.
Ton comes down, now the hard guard as well. Zaida, sort of the Poisons, but he's going to be slain by Super Ken. The 2 blades from the Khalid and the Fredrin.
And not to mention, Supervin was in there. It's so difficult playing an Angela. This definitely is the Angela meta. RWM from Moreno.
Dibuka duluan dong, reload Hawinya.
And now the goal
masuk ke Sanji ya.
lead for Supercan it has increased. Now, honestly, free turtle.
It's huge. 4 minutes and a half in, and it seems like Bigatron Alpha have gotten into lockdown protocol. They're gonna start shutting down everything Echo will try to do. Bottom lane, gold lane seems to be the last bastion. It seems to be the last place where Echo can find farm. And I would not be surprised if slowly but surely Bigatron, especially as we enter the post-early game,
Padahal mobilitasnya anakan si Zaida ya, tapi Zaida pick off 2 kali guys.
Sent into this mid lane as well. They're trying to just funnel it outplayed now. They understand that, you know what, Big Turn Alpha have been taking a little bit too much from us, but they have
Zaida dimakan lagi.
so now we played for him. Hard guard coming down, terrifying as
Terrifying.
well. So Rizzo jumping back in with a raging storm. Zaida, good sidestep away. Real world manipulation, locking him down. Still, he's still able to escape.
So Rizzo-nya mati kah?
He gets taken out.
Mati, so Rizzo-nya.
Yawi is the one who
Pecah
gets
tuh
shut
tabungannya.
down.
Here comes Stanford coming in from the north. A delayed response. Tries to pop Superfin.
Stanford.
Eventually find him. Renner's apathy
Habis
coming
killer.
down, but Stanford's the one who picks up the killing spree.
Plus Sniper.
Vengeance now, the blazing duet through him. Shut down for Moreno. And Super Ken with the Appraiser's Wrath takes a big chunk out of Outplayed's HP bar. 2 for 2. And Bigatron are happy to take these trades. Again, despite the early game having been all for Bigatron Alpha, and when a team that wants to scale up gets trades and delay the game, that's usually for the losing team. But here, Bigatron Alpha, again, they're coming in to shut down protocol. They want to take everything away, and yeah, that engage was so good. And here, with Stanford coming in from the north, yeah, they get a kill, but it's so difficult. The fact that even Outplayed can't get the farm he wants.
Yeah, he go for even more here in the back. Outplay still able to kite away, and he produced passion, not quite landing now. So Yawi's taken out. Zaida forced to go out to run away with the Taurus' Poissons. Meanwhile, here, even with the real world manipulation, Moreno out damages Sanji. Superfin is found to kill Sorizo in the back. Forces Zaida away.
Gitu, Sanji.
Huge 3,000 gold lead. You definitely feel that BTR are outgunning Echo. And here, I can't even imagine a world where Echo thinks of contesting. So yeah, last turtle of the game, gonna give it over to BTR. I'm thinking of the outside, like, where do they find a win? Because
gratis lagi kartunya.
1-in-1. He's got the Heptacy. He's on his way to an Oracle. There he is. He picked it up.
My goodness, this slow snowball. I would say a death ball. Bigatron Alpha were able to utilize exactly that.
3.000 daripada Eko 3.000
That
lebih.
made RSGPH a special team back in MSC 2022.
Wait, are you saying BTR is like Mega Man? After defeating an opponent, they take their powers?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it seems like. I mean, Bigatron Alpha have been improving constantly. Super Can now jumping in the middle of this turret. Retribution used up by Zaida to clear up ways. Super Can still at full HP.
Got the hard guard in, and of course, just get that emotional damage with the TPs. And Moreno waiting in the bush, looking for the punish. Oh, spotted. The Echo is so hungry for resources. And now, the engage by Yawi.
Taunts it up now, forced to come back, forced to get chunked. As they look for a siege, they start grouping up in the mid lane. Zaida can no longer defend this. Super Ken jumps in again, zoning the members away. Gone what they sought out for. Zaida, shield unity. Not quite going to be able to utilize that to connect to any of the members. In 8 minutes, it's a 4,000 gold lead. It's a very clean game. Clinical.
Guys, masalahnya yang ada di ini.
It's laser precision.
Yang ada di Echo. Karena kalau minumnya kelihatan, nanti ultinya bisa di-boost dengan mudah guys. Sedangkan di BTR lebih balance guys. Jadi pada akhirnya tank utama itu tetap hypernya, terus di backup sama Sorizo. Belum lagi mereka bawa healer guys. Yawinya. Jadi ulti apa? Ulti power anjir. Sorizo udah. Masuk damage ke Zaida. Sorizo-nya tebel banget. Meledak ketiga.
As that's a 1 for 1.
Oh
no! 40 gets caught out by Sakin.
Pops
the Vengeance. That took so long to kill Sorizo. Just Sorizo, 3 members of Echo. Imagine that.
They had to use a lot of ultimates, a lot of resources. Even Stanford, he dove deep to buy some time. But he had to pop the Vengeance, the rhythm as well. Now BTR are clearing mid. They know how to play this Lord Dance, and they are tangoing with Zaida.
Oh, this is what they call the robot. As Superkin goes for the pull, Zaida making some space here. I wonder if BTR knows that Yawi's in this bush. They spotted Sanji definitely walking into it. Now Sorizo. In that whole engagement, I just gotta say, the fact that there was already so much going on for BTR, and Sorizo hasn't even jumped in, makes it all the more a worse situation. Now they spot him. They're just baiting out the ult. They're baiting out the stance.
Jebol.
With the hard guard, he just walks up. He knows he can take anything.
Kecepatan kah?
And all that. Just
Dan
buy
pin.
time for Super Ken. Get some space. They're taking it real slow. They want to time it really well for the minions to spawn next wave. For the Lord to spawn with the
Perfect
minions next
turtle.
wave.
Yep, so it's coming in about 30 seconds, folks. 10:45. And just like that, Echo
Jungle
maybe
di invade.
4 or 5 seconds too long because they know they weren't going to contest anyways.
Wow.
And nope, nothing. You get nothing, sir. Super King comes in and engages.
Bocor.
Oh, they popped.
Bocor.
They forced the Tortoise's Poisson already. Before the siege, before the Lord. Leo, that's going to be on cooldown for the next skirmish, for the next team fight.
Yep, going to be a huge detriment. A resource they definitely could have held on for. And here we see Lord now marching through bottom lane.
Dikandangin dong.
Eyes on tier 2. Not just
Orca dikandangin, guys.
They're looking to break into Echo's base using this huge 7k gold lead.
Let's see if they can. Super Ken just recalling in front of Echo. Saken moving forward now, baiting out the base turret passive. Already going to be chunked
dia
one
datang
low.
atasnya ke push.
With the nature built up by Saken. Good clear from Echo.
Great way of deterring a forced siege. So we can say that Echo are still breathing, or in their case, the Orcas, they're still getting oxygen from the ocean. And now here in mid, once more, it happened already, inevitable. All
masih jalan.
base turrets have been taken
Jebol
down.
sih itu.
And here's another one, RWM.
Oh, enggak.
Moreno.
On the Sanji, taking him very low. His real-world inflation is not off cooldown just yet, but because turn alpha, they're unable to crack a single base turret. Echo still holding on to the game. But BTR, they will take what they can, and right now, they can take everything in the jungle.
Man, it's not so often that the predator becomes prey. And here it looks like technology reigns supreme. The architect's blueprint put to reality on the land of Dawn. And again, another buff denied from Zyda. He's so hungry, he's starving right now. What's the goal difference between these two? Dear Lord, almost 2,000.
What's interesting is we saw the opposite when they first met in the playoffs. It was Echo, it was Zyda, who took everything away from Super Ken, and now it feels like it's a revenge arc. And Super Ken's a villain arc. He's coming back with vengeance, and so far, he's getting exactly what he's coming to do.
Evil era. It's the robot overlords here, with Echo, oddly enough, becoming the underdogs. Let that sit, folks. The M4 World Champions, the MDL PH and MPL PH champions are the underdogs here, facing off against Bigatron Alpha. Looking at a 7,000 gold lead. Luminous Lord within arm's reach for BTR.
Gila.
And Echo can barely leave their base.
Eko loh.
7.2k.
Juara Emperor.
Play it slow. As slow
Dikandangin.
as they can, as efficient. Robotic.
Tapi emang Bigetron setelah kedatangannya Finn jauh lebih matang, guys.
Coming in from Saken and Superken, while Sorizo and Moreno put up a barricade, a perimeter. No members of Echo allowed here.
Udah dapat perfect turtle, Lord dapat terus.
It'll be spawned in about 5 seconds.
Gimana beda duitnya nggak jauh, guys.
Take a peek at outplayed. What does he have in his inventory? Still 1,000 gold behind, but he has reached his power spike.
That's respectable.
Respectable. Yeah.
Given what Echo has been through, the fact that he's just 1,000 behind and not a single death quite yet. So maybe that's what they're holding on for in this rainy day. That little bit of sunshine in their pockets as all lanes are synced in. BTR marching in.
And has Lord down below. Gonna be charging, gonna be taking a base turret down for free. Big turn alpha, they put their resources into the mid lane now, trying to get two. But Echo have dispersed. Haven't able to micromanage. A good steal for the real world manipulation.
Well used. Now Moreno can just hold the RWM. Wait for this big
Hilang
fat
wardnya.
wave in mid. And Sanji pops his own.
Athena shield pop down.
Dibalik.
With the real world manipulation. Sorizo, wow.
Didos.
Outplay with a good flicker out. Now Sorizo's caught between the base turrets. He jumps
Ayo,
over the
mati.
he knocks him up. Takes them
Pindah
down.
juga.
And Echo are showing signs.
Didos sama
Two
outplay.
for none. Punished underneath this mid lane inhibitor. Echo are on the board for the first time in what seems
Jawi juga udah ada
like
Athena.
a long time. I'd say the better part of the past 10 minutes. Echo couldn't do anything to BTR, and now they punish BTR for overstaying their welcome. This is the first time we've actually seen Echo cross the river.
And look at that, Zyda now giving Super Ken a taste of his own medicine, taking the purple buff away.
Grand Theft Purple here, 15 minutes in. Let's look at the item builds. Hey, Sanford closed the gap.
He did 9K now, and this is the concern for the Khalid pick. Early game, I don't think there are any doubters.
Sini kalinya udah ini guys. Apa?
A bully in lane,
Oppressive.
aggressive, but towards the later
Karena
stage,
udah masuk ke lead ini guys.
he becomes sort
Nah
of
di sini supportnya mulai bersinar.
he sustains and he stuns, but that damage falls off, and that's what we're seeing from Bigatron Alpha now. They're in deep waters. Echo have weathered the storm.
And now I'd like to
Kalian
build on
bilang
that
jadi.
point, right? Chorizo, he's at a
Teleportnya
crossroads.
bersinar
Do I
guys.
build more damage, or do I put an immortality on me right now? Because that's what that last item slot is going to be for. For the rest of BTR, it's great. It's a walk in the park up until it's not. And that's when they march into the base. So you're still looking at a very healthy gold lead here. No doubt Bigatron Alpha still in control. 6,000 gold ahead. But this next Lord, I can't help but think that maybe this Lord, especially if this fat wave up top eventually does find a way to break through that tier 1. It's a long lane. I'm wondering if maybe this is the one that Echo contests.
I think they have to at this point, right? They can technically turtle in their base, but why not put additional pressure to Bigatron Alpha? If they're somehow able to win a team fight, trade a few kills over for the Lord, or even better, just get the Lord.
Tuh harus si Zaidanya yang buka guys. Karena kalau Yawi yang buka, ntar ultinya Yawi kurang guys. Di komit Chorizo-nya. Ditahan. Flicker.
And he goes and spends this time in the bush to recall home.
Itu dorong si Finn-nya makronya jalan tuh.
Zyda still with the shield.
Bebeknya ini tuh Angela.
Goes in. Moreno flickers out of the real world manipulation. Big resources spent already. Bigatron Alpha, do they take this fight?
All right, Heart Guard just expired. Lord down to a fifth of its health. They're looking for engage. RWM from Moreno.
Diangkat. Keangkat 4.
Rizzo jumps in, but Sakin gets gunned down.
Pecah.
Now,
Yawinya pecah.
versus Zyda. And it's Zyda.
Zyda dapat ininya, Lordnya. Moreno-nya mati.
On the robots. Remember
Wah maksa banget, Sanfordnya mati.
Bigatron Alpha 7K down to 2. Echo are going to utilize it to completely equalize.
Udah dapat momen nih. Siapa namanya? Echo-nya guys.
Left that Lord up top to push that long lane. And RWM here. Oh no, it's hit critical mass.
Oke.
Way too much firepower.
Dipaksa kah?
They're going to penetrate.
Base turret down in the mid lane. From nothing to everything. Echo 3.7K Lord advantage.
Oh, not to mention that bottom lane too again. The
Sanfordnya mati ya.
waves for Echo. And it's scaled up too. I'm wondering if it hit at the evolved state. If it's at 18 minutes, oh Lord, just crashes in.
Brazer's Wrath going to be used up. Chorizo hasn't been able to find any raging sandstorms.
Mid bawahnya dapat juga.
Renner's apathy even used up.
Meledak.
Pop. Super Ken forced back. Echo are going in. Sakin
Diangkat tuh.
He's in the midst of it all. Pops gets out now. Sanford in the back.
Sanfordnya masuk.
Doing a lot of damage, but gets forced back. Moreno pops into real world manipulation, and Super Ken jumps forward. But now the base turret down below is at threat.
Oh, they're walking on thin ice. Many a team in the SPS Challenge Finals have fallen to this folly, overstaying their welcome. But it looks like Echo, they know how to dance this dance. They know how to temper their expectations. They
Sedangkan BTR semuanya lengkap guys. Aduh, ininya apa namanya? Ultinya.
I believe this is to their advantage.
Oke, ini baru sama nih sekarang.
In a while, in this 19-minute game, that they're actually the ones in the driver's
Punya
seat.
point
So they're trying to
crystal.
protect that lead as best they could.
Siapa? Sanji. Yang lebih sakit lagi. Kan damage tergedenya masih di Sanji. Dua di Moreno.
Completely gone. And speaking of the late game, Bigatron Alpha, what are they going to use Chorizo for? Now his damage has fallen off. Now his dashes, his stun can be dodged. It's very easy to dodge. We've seen it many times from Echo.
Yep, he's a sitting duck after that engagement and after he's tried to output the
Itu sebenarnya udah gagal, guys.
up until he needs
Early-nya
to get to the
siapa?
corner and think about what he's
Early-nya
done.
BTR.
Can confirm, folks, he
Karena udah dibawa ke lead.
so yeah, this does send the message that yeah, I just want to be annoying.
Jadi kali itu saya udah nggak main. Vin jadi komit.
Even use up now. Vin is going to fall. Super can try his best.
Oke, tarik mundur, ditahan.
But with that, Echo
Mereka mau
just
lock.
taken control. Once
Seharusnya
again,
ya.
they've taken the
Dan
rover.
16 detik lagi.
No more global presence.
All right, so good news for Echo is he's not rock and pull yourself together. He's actually gonna count up all the death timers here, and we're past TikTok timers. That should have been a life that Bigatron protected all the more because again, Evolved Lord scaled up to 20 minutes, up for taken.
20 seconds on Super Vin. Bigatron Alpha, they can try their best to look for a cancel, to force Echo to reset. But at this point, Echo, they're committing. They do not want to let it go. They want a 50-50.
More than just a 50-50, look at the control that Yaoi has asserted. He really wants this. He gets knocked up, gets the heal. Oh, Supercan comes in, but
Jadi dia dapat.
Big
Supercannya
damage
keangkat.
now again.
Sanfordnya
It's
sekarang.
Supercan who falls in the front, even in the back. Sanford beautifully done, distracting and zoning the back line. Moreno and Sakan were a non-factor in the team fight.
4
I can
lawan
only imagine there
5.
must have been a gap in the communications.
Tapi line manajemennya jelek,
Literally
guys.
in too deep, and I'm guessing he was making the call to Super Vin.
Atas sama
Hard guard
buahnya
now,
belum kedorong.
hard guard now.
It was a bit too late at that point. Sakan dealing some damage, but now with the evolve.
Caranya dipegang sama Eko ya sejauh ini.
They want to play with the damage
Oke,
reduction.
Zaidannya
Sakan
jadi
getting topped.
roda.
Coming in, Lord, just a breath away from their base.
Sanfordnya masuk.
Whoa, outplay! Dodges away, flickers out. The blazing duet comes out from Sakan right now. Is able to gun down the members.
Zaidannya meledak.
Inflation popped in. Now it's gonna be Lord chunking the base quite low. So Rizzo coming back, looking for some more damage. Been waves as well.
Zaidannya
Echo.
tipis tuh.
Very low.
Outplaynya kemajuan.
At a third of his health, they pop some immortalities. Yaoi goes.
With an nature popped in now for Sakan. He's gonna be engaged on Minion Fury. Not with the flicker this time. Supercam respawning with a top.
Mati Yaoinya.
Gonna be brought back to the team as Sakan picks up the kill. Sanji in outplayed, not given the space to go for the base. And Big
Lawan 4 sih sebenarnya.
defended.
Di dive sama Moreno.
No immortality, knocked up, shut down.
Aja dimakan.
Moreno has taken outplay down, now going forward, real world manipulation.
Gila.
Moreno, as Sanford dives in deep.
Udah susah.
Winner Truncheon gonna be bought in time. Gonna be selling it to the immortality. Moreno was baited, Sanford.
It's a bait on a bait.
Wipe out, guys.
Patience wins. Bigatron Alpha with the wipeout.
What a game! Again, it will always begin like this. It happened
BTR
for
akan
Onyx
menemani
versus AP
Onyx
Brand.
di
The Bigatron Alpha
Grand Final,
and
guys.
boys flip back to a victory.
Ya, Benny QT itu
BTR takes
agak aneh guys, setelah MSC itu jadi kurang permainannya Eko guys. Pada M4 mereka ngeri ya. Oke, itu dia guys hasil dari match pertama antara Eko melawan Bigatron, dimana match pertama dimenangkan sama Bigatron. Kita bakal lanjut ke match kedua antara Bigatron melawan Eko. See you.
massive